Hi, Froggy here. This is a 1995 M3 Coupe window regulator, the regulator, and the window motor. The reason I'm showing you this is because to work on the motor or to replace the motor, you have to take the regulator off the car, which means you have to take the glass out of the regulator, because the bolts that are holding the motor to the regulator are facing in. They're facing into the door itself. What I'm trying to do is troubleshoot and possibly fix the inching problem. It's called the inching problem. It's when you hit your window up button and it only goes up about an inch and it stops, and you hit it again, it goes an inch and it stops, and so on and so forth. And eventually you might get it all the way up. Usually it goes down okay. What I've been led to believe is that there's a magnet in the motor. Well, let me see if I can point. Right, here's a motor with a shaft. The shaft has a worm gear on the end, and it spins like this, and it spins a gear. So around this shaft, right about in there, is supposed to be a magnet that wraps around the shaft, and the magnet gives out some signal or pulses or something that tells the electronic controls whether that motor is spinning or not spinning. And something about that magnet, it gets loose or it drops out of place, and that causes an inching problem. Supposedly what you can do is put the magnet back into its proper place, either super glue it or do something, and it fixes the inching problem. The trouble is, back to the beginning, is you can't take the motor off because the fasteners are facing the wrong way. What I did was, there's 4 Torx screws that hold the motor, this part of the motor, to the other part of the motor, and I took them off, so the motor's loose, and then I started pulling it out, and I can pull it out. I can feel the magnets of the motor. Now these are different magnets. I can feel the magnets of the motor on the armature holding it, but I don't want to pull it all the way out because, except for the inching problem, the window works fine. So I don't want to pull it out and possibly mess something up and then the window's totally dead. So what I'm going to do is put it back with those 4 Torx. Now to get, hold on a second. Okay, if you want to do this, and I'm not sure why you want to do it because it doesn't seem to be a fix, but anyway, you need a universal on your Torx to get to the inside ones, in there and inside there, and you move this wire bundle out of the way. It's got a couple of plastic tie wraps that hold it. It holds it so that it's in the way right there. So you cut the 2 tie wraps and you move it out of the way. I got a little bungee that's holding it out of the way. If you wanted to take this apart, if you're braver than I am and you want to take this apart, or your motor is totally dead, then that's how you would do it. Just keep pulling on this, I guess. I can't see what it's attached to in there, so I'm not going to do it. But that's what I found out. I lubed the regulator. There's another video that I put up that I showed you how to lube the regulator. I'm going to put this back together. I was just taking a wild shot that I might be able to get at this motor. I didn't know, because they change them from year to year, and they change them from coupe to 4-door sedan. So I thought maybe I'd be able to, take a look at this and be able to get to it, but I can't. So that's all I got for you. If I decide to take the glass and the regulator and the motor off, and then try and repair it, and then I'll put up another video. Otherwise, well, this one didn't work out so well. But at least you can see on a 95 M3 Coupe, this is what your motor is going to look like. This is how it's going to be attached to the regulator. And at least this gives you some information on whether or not you might want to try and do a fix on it. Okay? If this is at all helpful, give me a thumbs up. If you want more from Froggy, subscribe to my channel. You guys have a great rest of the week. Froggy out.